procurement irregularities?
Yes, Chair. The procurement irregularities mentioned are under investigation by Eacc subsequent to the recommendation of the committee, especially after highlighting the irregularities in the dates in which the letters of award were issued, as well as other issues in following the procurement irregularities as provided by the Public Procurement Act.
So, Governor, what action did you take when you saw this report, when you saw the recommendation of the Senate? The Senate had invited Eacc and KISM, but internally, have you taken any action to ensure that these matters do not recur? Because we can go further and point out to you some of the monkey games. I mean, if you look at most of the contracts, they are 3.9, 4.9, they're just below the 5 million threshold. Which is a smoking gun, tells you that procurement has become almost a crime scene. Have you taken any action internally, be it a reprimand, be it training, be it reorganization, to ensure that you do not have 2 full pages of audit issues on procurement irregularities?
Chair, thank you so much for that. And this, it's a concern. And we have since trained our officers, but in the same line as the director has mentioned, when they followed up this issue, they also gave me letters that were corrected then, but the question is, one of the senators has asked is, why did they supply this documentation when the auditors were in Bomet? So one could be the issue of capacity, that's what I've said, but we have since trained. There have been also a lot of reorganization. We also lost some of our
capacity.
Yes, some.
Madam Laboso does not look like someone who came from school the other day. Body language, she appears to be mature and knowledgeable.
She has officers who are supporting her within the departments, because each and every department has a procurement officer. So, and there are so many documents that she is dealing with, because there are so many, there are hundreds of these. So
now, as a result,
yes,
she has to deal with Eacc. You see? If there's already so much that they're dealing with, now an additional stakeholder they have to deal with is Eacc. Because they could not just do the simple and correct thing of providing the documents to the auditor when the auditor was in Bomet.
I don't want to say much about this, but this is something that it captured also my attention, and as I've said, we have been...
Let me ask you a question there.
Yes.
So, Governor, you're saying you saw the letters.
Yes.
So if you have the letters, why was it difficult to share the same letters with the Eacc?
I think we have supplied some of these documents have actually been called by the Eacc.
Not with the Eacc, with the auditor.
Yeah, that is a question that you were asked. And the position of the auditors is they didn't see, but we have supplied to this committee. They are available.
Are we able to no, it does not really work that way.
Yes.
That's not how it works.
But Chair, even let's assume they have supplied. Let's have them now. If you have supplied, let's have them, so that we also, discount the fact that they are saying they did not receive, yet you have supplied.
I think the annex. What is it?
You see the risk, Governor.
Yes.
We understand Mchezwa Town. When the auditor reveals some of these things, what your procurement guys will do, they'll call back the contractors and give them something different to sign that is within the timelines.
They're called correct letters.
And then they are called correct letters. Then we are told it was an error. And yet you're just trying to rectify things to comply with the law. So, Senator, I think we can look at them, but they will not be very useful. It does not take away the irregularity. It does not take away the criminality.
And to go the action, Chair, and remind them, the action is not today. The action is At the time of audit.
The time of audit.
That's where the issue is.
And there are small things, 3 million, 4 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, which is inviting the EACC to open almost 5 files in Bomet. So, Governor, if it concerns you, if it worries you, because I don't know why you look like these things don't worry you, but it is possible to have an audit report that is not 300 pages. It's possible. By people doing the right thing. It is possible for you to have an audit report where nothing is referred to the EACC. By people doing the right thing at the right time. Senator Chiranki.
Maybe, Chair, I'm still stuck to where the procurement, Madam Laboso said that there was an error of date. And no one has answered the question, where is the real letters that was provided? Because apart from what you have said below 5 million, I really want to see the letter. The OAG are not saying he has not seen the letter. Can maybe the governor provide us with the correct...
You see Annex 7. Annex 7.
Annex 7, I don't know, let me Annex 7.
Let's be careful also, members, that the resolution of the committee was the EACC to do the investigation.
Yes.
So let us not be the ones investigating. Let them look at those letters, confirm their authenticity, and indeed, if there's an explanation, then I believe that EACC can advise us that, yes, we have seen the letters, this matter is not irregular, as claimed.
But Chair, it is only for one Magrer Kapkeleje Ramkoi Road.
To have Annex 9 for others, I think Annex 9.
Okay. I can see Annex 9. There is nothing under Annex 9. This annual development plan. Annex 10. So my question only, Chair, will be, why was this letters or this information provided to the OAG? Governor, why was it not provided to OAG?
Yeah, let me clarify.
Yes.
At the time we were auditing these financial statements, they were not provided. But during the verification for this meeting, they were provided.
That is on Tuesday last week.
Yes.
So can you give us an assurance that what was provided was authentic?
Chair, we don't have that capacity.
Correct. So let's leave it with the institution with the capacity. Honorable members, we have a very few minutes to go. Honorable members, let's go to Chebunyo Dairy Milk Processing Plant. The details are in the report of the Auditor General. You have spent about 130 million on this. That is the one that comes after the steel footbridge at Ndaraweta. Then you have Chebunyo Dairy Milk Processing Plant. I think anything that looks like this appears to be a project that is positive and enabling. The amounts there is 85 million. You have supplied equipment worth 45 million, delivered on 16 July 2020, 4 years back, but had not been installed. The contractor was not on site. Governor, could you tell us why this is the case? This is a value for money question.
Thank you, Chair. The auxiliary works for the project were completed in the year 2020, financial year 2024-2025, which included electrical works. The machines, those supplied, were not installed, since the supplier was not paid for supply of installations and installation of the equipment. This was occasioned by delayed approval of cooperative policy that was supposed to enable support to cooperative societies. However, the policy has since been approved and now awaiting publication as per the attached correspondence from the County Assembly communicating the policy approval. And this is a project that we did with the support of World Vision. They contributed money, we contributed to one account, but in the process, we were advised by the controller of budget that we were supposed to have a very clear policy in our support to cooperatives. So we initiated that process, but it took a while. I mean, it took some time with the assembly, and that is why we could not extend support to these cooperatives so that they could pay the outstanding debt to the supplier who refused to install.
So, Governor, this sounds like a good project.
It is, yeah.
It sounds like the kind of things that county government should be doing. But it is an example of how not to do it. You bought equipment when the auxiliary works were not done. You bought equipment before the place where the equipment was to be installed was complete.
There were some small works that were remaining, Chair, and that is what we completed through the support of the department, not directly to the cooperative.
In 2024, 2025,
when the equipment was
but the equipment was bought in 2020.
Yes, and it landed in 2021, I think.
Was delivered on 16th July 2020.
Yes.
2020. So why I thought there was a process. You know, you can't buy the equipment before the place is ready. Logically, isn't it?
It's true, Chair.
So as we speak now, the people around Chebunyo Dairy Mill processing plant are not get